Before we begin, we have a couple of announcements, like just made right now. Okay. Please note that on the program it says King Vikramaditya, not King Vikramaditya's throne. Our play is actually about his throne, so we're sorry to inform you, there will be no King Vikramaditya in this play. Second, the Brahmin character is played by 2 different actors, and also the goldsmith character is also played by 2 different actors. Thanks.
The story we are presenting is from an ancient Sanskrit text called Simhasana Dwatrimishika, or 32 Tales of the Throne. The identity of the original author has been lost in the fog of history. The story is set in the early 11th century during the rule of King Bhoj.
In the kingdom of Dara, there lived 2 really good friends, a goldsmith and a Brahmin. The Brahmin was a very learned man, and the goldsmith a skilled craftsman. They were both masters of their art. One day,
"My friend, our talents are ignored in this big city. We struggle to make ends meet. I suggest we go to a town where we can be better appreciated."
That is an excellent idea, my friend. When we have made enough money to live in comfort, we shall return here and enjoy the rest of our lives.
"My dear, I am sorry to leave you here alone to look after the children, but I promise I will be back soon to make your life comfortable."
We will miss you, but don't worry, we'll be fine. Make us proud.
On an auspicious day, the friends left the city of Dara. After passing through many farms, villages, and lonely forests, they arrived at the city called Kanakpur on the western sea coast. The friends loved the sea coast and its climate, so they decided to settle in Kanakpur. The goldsmith opened a jewelry shop, and the Brahmin started a school for children.
Have you seen the jewelry from this shop? The workmanship is exquisite. I heard that the king orders all his jewelry from here.
Isn't it curious that the goldsmith's best friend is the teacher of the new school? He's a great scholar, honest and noble. I sent my sons in to study. I've heard that the king has requested him to personally tutor the prince.
The 2 friends were doing well and had become famous, but it had been a few years and they were beginning to miss their families, wondering how they were doing. Remember, this was before the era of email and instant messaging. 1 letter every few months was the most the friends could hope for. They both decided to wrap up their affairs and head home to the city of Dara.
"Your Majesty, I have left my children without a father for many years. Now I wish to return home with my friend, the goldsmith."
I would like you to stay just a few more months. Prince Tejpal has almost finished his schooling. I will send a messenger along with your friend, the goldsmith, with money and gifts for your family.
"That is very kind of you, Your Majesty, but you don't need to send a messenger. My friend can take with him whatever you want to give."
Are you sure you can trust him? A goldsmith is said to be a king of thieves.
"Oh no, Your Majesty. I would trust my friend with my life."
If you are so sure, so be it. Here are 4 precious gems for all your good work.
"Thank you, Your Majesty."
He could probably trust the goldsmith with his life, but I wouldn't trust him with his money.
You may be wondering by now why we call this story Vikramaditya's throne. Where is this mysterious throne? What is so special about it? Where was it discovered? Who found it and how?
You may be thinking, I'll go home and Google this stuff. Well, we'll save you the trouble. Our story is not yet done. This was a very special throne. It was said that 32 celestial beings were carved into it. and that whoever sat on the throne could call upon King Vikramaditya's wisdom itself. So let's move on with the story and see what happened next.
My dear friend, please give this to my wife. It is a gift from the king. Tell her that I miss them all, and I will be back soon.
Do not worry, my friend. I will protect your property with my life. Trust me, I will convey it safely to your wife and await your return.
So the goldsmith set out on his journey alone. On the way, he began to get curious about the king's gift to the Brahmin. Finally, the curiosity was too much for him.
Wow, these gems are beautiful. See how they sparkle? Imagine how beautiful they'll look embedded in the jewelry I create. What a waste! What does a Brahmin's family want with gems like these? A Brahmin is supposed to live an ascetic life. He will simply sell them. What a pity. I must figure out a way to keep these gems for myself. Oh, maybe I could give her gold coins instead. Oh, and I'll also take witnesses with me, just to be safe. And I'll give her the same number of gold coins instead of stones. What difference does it make to her?
Oh, Goldsmith, you're back. I'm so glad to see you. Is my husband back too?
Your husband is doing very well, and he will be back soon. In the meantime, he sent this pouch for you. The King of Kanipur has gifted it to you.
I am glad to hear that he is coming back soon. Things have been pretty tough ever since he's left home. Thank you for this gift. 4 gold coins. Are you sure? It seems like a small amount. Maybe he will bring more later. Anyways, thank you.
You're lucky you have a caring husband.
The king of Kanipur must have been impressed by him. Hopefully now even King Boj will recognize the Brahmin's talents.
I guess that the repairs needed in the house will have to wait. 4 gold coins won't get you anywhere these days.
Few months passed and the Brahmin returned home to Dara. He was surprised to see his house in a dilapidated state and his wife wearing the same old clothes and simple jewelry.
Oh, you're back.
That you're wearing the same clothes as before. And the roof of the house still leaks. Did you not use the gems that I sent you? You must have been able to buy a lot of gold coins with them.
You must be tired. Please go to bed. We will talk in the morning.
But I gave the goldsmith 4 gems to give to you. Where are they?
May God punish me if I am lying. The goldsmith only gave me 4 gold coins. I see no precious gems.
There must be some mistake. I will go ask my friend in the morning.
Hello, my friend. Welcome back. How are you?
I'm good. I only came back yesterday. I wanted to thank you for your good thinking. I'm glad you did not give the gems to my wife. She would have spent them all. But now that I'm back, please give them to me. I'll take care of them.
What are you saying, my friend? I gave all of the 4 pieces to your wife.
My wife says you only gave her 4 gold coins. Do you take me for a fool?
Then she is lying.
I see you're determined to swindle me. I will take my complaint to the king. I will demand justice.
Whatever.
Your Majesty, I have been deceived by my best friend of my life's earnings. I seek justice.
The Brahmin relates the whole story to the king.
Bring the goldsmith to the court. Let him offer his defense.
Yes, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, the goldsmith insisted on bringing these two villagers along.
Did you receive the 4 gems from the goldsmith?
No, Your Majesty. Believe me, I never saw them in my life.
I would never steal a Brahmin's money. As soon as I returned, I gave the 4 pieces straight to you. Look at these villagers. They witnessed the transaction.
Tell us what you saw.
I saw the goldsmith give the 4 pieces to the Brahmin's wife. She was very thankful for it too.
Yes, I saw it too. I swear by the name of God.
Do you have any proof that your wife did not receive the 4 pieces from the goldsmith?
I have only her word, Your Majesty.
Then I have to judge you guilty of bringing false charges against the goldsmith. Seeing that he is a Brahmin, I don't want to inflict too harsh a punishment. What should we do?
Why don't we exile them from the city?
You two will leave the city of Tara immediately. Remove them from the court.
On the outskirts of the city, there was a pasture where the cowherds grazed their cows every day. While the cows were grazing, the cowherds passed their time playing king and his court. There was a giant mango tree under which the cowherds held their mock court. One of the cowherds always played the part of the king.
What shall we play today? What shall we play today? Why don't you two go think of something? Start an argument, maybe get into a fight, then I'll step in. Liar! Liar! Hey, what do you think is going on over here?
Those two look really sad. The woman is crying. Why don't you try to help them instead?
That is a great idea. Go, bring them to me.
Stop! Stop! Our king demands that you leave these two alone. He commands your presence in his court.
Please, save us. We've been treated very unjustly.
Tell me, what happened?
The Brahmin, his wife, and the goldsmith all told their version of the story to the mock king.
Aha! Find me some nice moist clay. Do not worry. If you are innocent, I shall prove it in no time. Please, go sit down. Goldsmith, you and your witnesses also sit down. Good. Give them each a small ball of clay. Now, I want each of you to make a model of the 4 pieces that you witnessed. I want you two to make sure they don't cheat or look at what the other is making. Now, show me at the same time what you all have made. Amazing! What a simple mystery. You see, the Brahmin and the goldsmith have recreated the gems they both saw. But the Brahmin's wife and the witnesses have only managed to reproduce coins. This proves that the goldsmith is lying. He never gave the wife the 4 precious gems.
Beat him! Beat him!
He is a liar! Stop, stop. You may spare him if he returns the Brahmin's wealth.
I'm sorry. I'll return your money. I mean gems right away.
We should go and tell King Boj about the mock king and his justice.
Yes, he succeeded in making a just judgment, even when a king couldn't do it.
And he was so confident. For a moment, I almost forgot he was not a king, but a mere cowherd.
When the courtiers related the entire incident to King Boj, he was very impressed. He decided to visit the mock king under the mango tree where he held his court.
Your Majesty, I am honored that you came so far to visit me. Welcome to our humble court.
I have heard much praise about your justice. What made you think that you should ask the Brahmin's wife and the witnesses to recreate the gems?
I don't know, Your Majesty. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I'm just a little boy. I don't know how to solve mysteries. I was just having fun with my friends. You know, raising cows can get quite boring.
It's okay, you don't have to explain. You know, I think there's something special about this place itself. I feel different when I sit here. We should have this spot excavated.
It is possible, Your Majesty. I'll have this spot excavated immediately. Your Majesty, I think this is the throne of the great wise king Vikramaditya, the grandson of Indra himself.
I must have this throne in my palace. Ask the court pundit to decide an auspicious day for me to mount the throne.
Yes, Your Majesty.
That is how the centuries-old solid gold throne of King Vikramaditya was rediscovered by King Bhoj. But King Bhoj was not able to mount the throne for a long, long time. Stay tuned, and Vanarasena Pachala will see you next Diwali function with more stories about this interesting throne.